Hello everybody, my name's Ian and welcome back to Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs. So last time we gained entry into the deep, dark, dank sanctum. It's time to roll up our sleeves and wade through the piles of pig poop and see what we can see. Unfortunately, this game does suffer from egregious performance issues. Unfortunately. We've only played this game an hour and a half or so far. So we haven't really had to worry too much about the enemy thus far. What's our frames? Can we turn on the frames here? No, the God Galaxy thing is not working, I see. I see. Interesting. Control Shift Tab. Okay, never mind. It's not going to work. Get out of my face. Oh, there's smoothed out for a second. Biblia. Una Biblia. November 23rd, 1899. Twin candles bent to the will of the central saint, casting their light to the corners of the chapel. Father Jeremiah, I thought, could be trusted with the secret, but he is like all of the others. So the old priest has gone to the holding pens with his flock. He says he will enter into our world with them. A shepherd, indeed. Okay, Father Jeremiah. Can't be a good guy. Can't be a good dude. It's just not possible. Get out of my face. Okay, I can't open any of these things. Okay, we got these pig things all over the place that seem like they mark our way. One thing I do have to say that I like, it's unfortunate that the game is suffering from so many performance issues. I understand it's not just me, it's just this game. I'm not sure if these issues go back to when the game was new. Whatever, 10 years ago. But these are not new issues, apparently. What is that? Some balls? Just ignore the cursed screaming of the damned, if you can. Father Jeremiah's Journal, October 1st, 1899. They flock to us now, where once I had to walk amongst them to bring salvation into their lives. Now drawn by warmth in winter, by the food that Mandus distributes, my church is full and my charges are saved. He walks amongst them and they almost worship him. He will not allow them to work in his factories, claiming that his workforce are specially trained for the new machinery he uses, and that he would be irresponsible, nay, unethical, to risk such precious lives as he sees here. A changed man since Mexico. It is to be praised that in the face of such appalling tragedy, and from the confines of his sick bed, as he is often chained to, he conducts one of the greatest and most benevolent charities in all of London. Not content with the rise to become the dominant food produce business in the land, he distributes his goodwill, his fairs, to the poor, and they congregate about his kingdom in gratitude. I've decided that Father Jeremiah is Irish. A very good Irish accent, if I do say so myself. Or something. Some sort of accent. It's something. We're about to take part in Mass. Ah! Evil is making my eye itchy. Gave me pink eye. Good God. That is loud. Never finished my thought. I like, oh, that I don't like. But I like how we have infinite lantern. Gotta be something in one of these pews somewhere. Come on, smooth out game, you pile of crap. Yes, clearly we need a candlestick. Okay, the music can stop anytime it wants. Oh my god. Of course it frickin' stops as soon as I turn it down. Don't go to 10, what are you doing? God, that was absolutely destructive to my ears. Okay. But yeah, we have Infinite Lantern, which is nice. I'm curious to see how this game is an amnesia game. You know, like how is it amnesia? You know, is there the darkness? Are there the orbs? You know, can we expect to see, you know, lambent, pulsing red flesh? That crops up when we make progress. Let's check all the pews to see if there's anything on them. Nothing but a bunch of Biblias to be expected in the church, I suppose. I have, by the way, tried everything I could to try to get the performance to be better. There's nothing you can do. The game just runs like crap. Oh,
Your faith shackles your vision, Professor. It is an iron coffin that keeps you from grasping the future. We require a new deity, one of steam and the wheel, of magnetism and progress. The old god is nothing more than a lamed hog, spitting back offal at mankind.
Huh. Okay. Whatever that means. Okay. We need a candlestick. You guys seen a candlestick somewhere? Grab one of these, why not? Can't go in there. Quit your howling. Suffer in silence. Oh, weird. Okay. We need a candlestick. Candlesticks everywhere. Candlesticks abound. Okay, this looks like it should work. Surprised the pigman didn't jump out to attack me. Can you go all the way? Okay. We're locked in. Literally. Silence. Do not startle or upset the acquisitions.
Listen, Papa. Hold the egg to your ear. You can hear the sea.
Okay. Oh, that's right. We're estranged from our children and we did something bad. Or like we were a bad dad because we were negligent. But then also, I don't remember our name. What was our name? Henry. That got me. Is that English? It sounds like German or something. But yeah, we're not a good dad. I know that. And so our children are gone or dead or something. These final thoughts. What exhumation is this? What rotten fruit? What bestitching of parts? I doubt I will ever be found, yet I leave you this, scrawled in the malodorous half-light. Whilst my tormentor shuffles below, my fellow prisoners keen and squeal in the gloam, and where I wait for the knocking upon my cage that signifies it is finally my turn to make that dark journey into the interior. Okay, that's a common theme in amnesia games. The light will flicker. When an enemy is either near or when you're looking at an enemy. So we've seen the enemy multiple times. Mutated pig freaks, as expected. But we haven't really came in contact with them, like, not really. A babe. Am I silent while crouching? Well, that was freaky. And so to the stoking, the workers... Hello? Are we... okay. The workers sing as they work... Oh my god. Okay, the loading screen wasn't showing up on OBS. That's annoying. Yeah, that was our first contact, real contact with the enemy. Or back here in the slaughterhouse or whatever. Oh, we've been here. Right? No? I guess we haven't, have we? Different area with a different truck, I guess? I could have been killed. Yo, Donkey Kong, you better chill, bro. What the hell? I forgot I could jump. Mandus Co. Meat Processing Factory, Anno 1828. Founded?
Water in his shoes. Always the water, and the sparks of the embers of the wheels. It's too bony! It's too damn bony!
Okay. Whatever the hell you're talking about. What? The engine fires, the flames are stoked, I hear steam in the walls, vibrations upon the very air. My heart falters at the prospect of throwing the lever and exposing the workings of this dark contraption, but my children beckon me on and I cannot fail them. It appears I have no choice, thus I descend, and may God have mercy on my soul. If this is my bedlam, I now am to be cast as Matthews, and I will wear that mantle for the sake of my boys, and face whatever horrors lie beneath the altar. My soul shudders at what I have seen. But at last I have reached the main part of the factory, and now onwards, downwards, yes. Meat Processing Factory. 1898. No, 1828 still. Have a look around here. You know how it goes. We explore, we look around, we see what we can see. And what we can see is nothing. Okay. Can you just like, stay working okay? Alright, so my theory was correct. We started here. I can't point. We started here, and then now we're here. So we're in the 4th area.
These men, Professor, these so-called men of vision, they would shackle the masses to a wheel and turn it till their backs break. All for that opiate, the lure of profit. These fools who lackey them, these priests, these officials, this government. They make pigs of us all.
But what solution, my dear man? How to break a cycle? You cannot simply remove the promise of a better world for these unfortunates. In the workhouses, in the orphanages, the belief in heaven is surely the only succor one can find.
We do not need to wait. We can bring forth paradise now. We can speed the passion. With only a small sacrifice, we can hold the apocalypse. With just a small sacrifice, we can free our shackles and deliver them to paradise now.
Okay. I don't know what they... I do not know of what they speak. Piston rooms. Piston rooms, huh? Enemies in here. Good. Bring on the pigmen. So scary. I have survived otherworldly dimensions. I have survived the Great War, the trenches, the bunker. More than once, I might add. I have braved the very depths of Castle Brennenburg. I will not be scared so easily. A filthy, disgusting little mutated pigman. It's gonna take more than that to unman me. Hopefully nobody has epilepsy. Not very much to interact with in the game world in this game, I have to say. Just a lot of things that just kind of exist. Let's go downwards. So this game is the second Amnesia game. It's the final Amnesia game that I need to play and beat. I went Amnesia, hold on, Amnesia, what am I saying? The Dark Descent, the Bunker, the Dark Descent, Rebirth, now this. So we got a puzzle down here. Kilograms per centimeter squared. Okay, bunch of coal. Alright. Big lumps of coal. Piston control room. These are all non-functional. Okay. How much would a gigantic chunk of coal like that weigh? Oh, cold oak. Another one spawned. Alright. Okay, we got a couple of burners burning. One in 5 are operational. 3 is not. You don't need to subtitle that. Thanks. I can see that it says the letter, and number 3. Gauges everywhere. A gigantic sledgehammer with blood on it. That's cool. Stop. Are your furnaces fueled? 9. October 18th, 1899. The first game took place in 1839, was it? A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of stunning and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefits of self-regulatory automation. You want to think about that? I see, so we got a bunch more. Oh, is that, okay. We got 4 running, right? Yeah. But we need 6 running. Wait a sec. We got that up and running. 3 is running. We need to get 5 and 6 going. Okay. Oh, that one's burning. Okay. Well, you can pick up these 750,000 pound rocks. But he can't throw them. There we go. Look at this. Oh, strap. Oh. Will 2 get the job done? Okay, it will. Great. All the boilers are running again. Or they're fueled anyway. God, everything is so freaking loud in this game, bro. Are we running? Okay, great. Let's go back upstairs to do whatever it is we need to do. Whatever. Whatever. Dumbass pigman. Screw you. Wait, hold up. We're going back down again? No fear, you swine. Maybe I should, but I don't. Where's the stairs upwards? Where's the damn stairs? Shit. What? What? Oh. Okay. Lily's arms are made of steel. Lily's arms are silent. The pistons are silent. The plant is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way, I fear. Yeah. Fires are stoked. Yeah. The descent continues. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps. And if the doors should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. Yup. Obviously, it wants us to go the other way, but I often find you can find interesting things if you don't go the way the game wants you to go. Never mind. I have a feeling we're going to come out of there. Watch. At some point. Danger, no naked flame. Yeah, make sure your flame has clothes on it. April 30th, 1899. The crate arrived this morning and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape and has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery, or was born deformed and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb, upon him, and suspect my great uncle's presence is in his curious condition. So it can be done. We could reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great uncle and I part company. He chose man as the subject of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chattels, loyal, clever, strong, easily sated. So there they mentioned the orb. There's the reference to amnesia. This is a true amnesia game. Unlike the bunker, which I enjoyed greatly. But then somebody pointed out about the bunker that It's not really a true amnesia game. It's not, you know, there's no orb, there's no darkness, there's no crimson flesh. So, great uncle. Would that be Daniel? Maybe? Is Daniel our great uncle? What? Compound X storage? What the hell? This is where I fell down, right? So... I will brave whatever lurks beneath, and I will save them. Definitely braver than Daniel. I'll have to find another means of descent. Yeah. Yeah. We shall have to do that. Wait. There's two of these. Get up there, fool! Okay, we can't go back up. Alright. What about that other one? Get up there. Come on. Ah, this one's closed. Okay. And here's a third one. Also closed. Giant coal chutes? Is this what this is? Whatever. Are you kidding? Come on, the game's taking a dump right now. Chemical transportation danger, highly corrosive, highly flammable. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Whatever. In the nest of eggs, the factory is quiet now. Stumbling in the alley, a wrench hung loosely from his hand. Oil and grease dripping off it, looking like blood in the half-light. I don't know why it's not showing that on OBS, so that's kind of annoying. What the hell? What?
Quickly, Mandus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the floodwaters continue to rise.
Sounds like the origami killer from Heavy Rain. July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate and using incineration or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part organ monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. What is the point of doing all this? Again, why are we doing this? To make super soldiers or what? For what reason are we doing this? Sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I've survived the saboteur's best efforts. What's saboteur? He and I are now locked in an epic struggle. But I'm driven to find my family and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bill, drain the flood, free your children. Clear another passage beyond the locked gates. While I'm glad it seems like we are very determined to find our chillin', I do fear that it could be our own fault that they are in this predicament. No, he's got something to say. This guy's got a lot to say. The centrifuge is some sort of bizarre mixing device. Yeah, that's what a centrifuge is. Spinning things together or spinning things out of other things, like plasma out of blood. Low temperature storage. Okay, well we clearly need 3 capsules of vitae. What is this, amnesia rebirth? We're clearly gonna have to hide from something right there. Scary. Scary. August 20th, 1899. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They're the sorriest specimens of humanity I've ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are happy to reduce the overcrowding in the teeming, stinking holes. We measure their skulls, check their teeth. We give them laudanum to pacify them. That's another thing. Amnesia the bunker doesn't have laudanum. They wait in line, livestock. Dull brown eyes and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas, I hear the dull groaning as teeth are removed and bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We've removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is their reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk amongst them, my children, I whisper to their dreams, you are my children now. I have children once again, and you're formed imperfect with the engines to make my own blood flow again. Yeah, okay. The accent comes and goes. You know, he hasn't lived in Ireland in quite some time. But sometimes, you know, it just comes out. You can't really help it.
Over there, place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hog, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Okay. Pretty tortured dialogue. Definitely feeling like this is the worst amnesia game I've played so far. It's right behind me, isn't it? All it's doing. Whatever. Ooh, scary. It just like dissolved.
The lift has been sabotaged. You will have to find another way to the tunnels. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Okay. Very crucible of evil. Evil! Where's Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy? Evil! Yeah, it's, the story and everything just feels very contrived. You know, like, I don't know, like... This is what they came up with after the Dark Descent? Oh. Can't do more than one, apparently. Okay. More experiments with the Compound X took the dog and injected it with strychnine. After the expected convulsions of spasmin, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an alternating current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced, however. Damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the acute state of strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in his skull. With drowning? Perhaps yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, placing the fluid in the lungs with compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Okay. That's... Alright. Just like randomly evil? Like, okay. What the fuck? Weird. That hallway's gone now? Okay. Strange. Okay. We got the B and V. Biv. Royji Biv. Now we just need Royji.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, just take him out. You could dump him in the river for all I care.
Oh. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does, bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that because of the changes they ripple inner me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. I gather what I can, push them back into my gray gums and the fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket and heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man crap so much blood and still live? We needed two. Imagine it breaks. Game over. What do I do with this? Drink it? Put it in the other thing? What do I do with this? I have the compound that hisses and steams this container like some living thing, which is jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice unless there is, particular reason, okay. Bring it upstairs to where that surgical table was. Oh. Okay, bye-bye rock. Uh... what now? Do I need something to smash it off with? Stand aside. Thought for sure that would work. Okay. Now what? Oh, it's light reactive, huh? Right about that. God.
Down here, Daddy. Faster, faster.
This leaking world, and the rhododendrons seem to be taking over the garden by the wall. I could dig them for you. No, no, get out of this house. You leave them be. Okay. Broke me ankle falling down there. You're fine, get up. You're fine. Ribcage. 10/22/99. Naturally, once bled, the product must be scalded, deheated, and scraped, ready for burrowing and evisceration. For this, we pass them through the steam reservoir, which is kept at constant temperature by passing excess high pressure venting from the engines via the boiler and series of large copper pipes into a stone chamber just below the workhouse. At the center of the machine is a component. They must be kept at a consistently low temperature, which controls operation of the processing of product through the system. Alongside this, refrigeration is of the utmost importance in retaining product quality, and this also requires heat to be removed from certain areas of the machine. Two problems are therefore combined into a single solution: removal of heat from some areas and requirements for increased heat in others. Conducting panels draw heat using the principles of convection regulated by the boiler and sending freezing air along one set out pipes in one direction to superheated vapors in another. Very interesting, I'm sure.
Isn't it dangerous allowing this filthy discharge to collect so close to the core?
We can use the flow to drive the turbines. There will always be a torrent of excreta flooding through these tunnels. We can use this to supplement the steam production and ensure constancy.
Dear God, the stench! This fecal matter is the true product of the age.
Yeah, this game just feels really contrived, man. Like, it feels really similar to... Like, it feels like the Dark Descent from Wish. I'm sorry. Like, the Dark Descent from Timu or something like this. Except it doesn't run well. It doesn't run well. The enemies are extremely similar. The voice acting thus far has not been good. Now we're in a shit-covered sewer. Sorry, excreta. Guarantee that bridge is going to break next time we go over it. Sluice gate number 1. First gate, best gate. I don't know, I'm just saying stuff at this point. Ew. Scary. Terrifying. Sluice gate numero 2. Yeah, they're very scary. Water monster. Totally didn't encounter you in the first game. August 1st, 99. Several of the older forms have breached their containment area and escaped into the sewers. Remind me of my limitations. This is no Chelm and I am no Eliyahu. Whatever that is. At least not yet. It is the heat generated from keeping the doorway between open, that is to blame. We simply cannot. Sorry, I just don't. I'm losing interest. That's, what the hell is the point of that? Prevent steam? Great. What do you want?
Drain the waters, open the way to the bilge pumps. We are waiting for you.
Uh-huh. It also sounds like in some of these flashbacks that it's extremely reminiscent of Daniel and Alexander. You know, except the two guys that voiced those two guys did a great job. But these, I don't know. That guy is okay. Whoever that mysterious individual is fine, but yeah, you're blinking. A poo-covered fiend has got to be nearby. Terrifying, truly. This is a massive crap island right there. Massive island of crap. I'm sorry, but that's not scary at all. It's not. It's like they took the creature from the first game and went, how can we make this less scary? By doing that. By making it a fat pig thing. Not scary at all. We go into Dookie? We can go into Dookie. That's gonna murder us immediately. Okay. Cool. Got it. How about the other way? Okay, we can't change that at all. Okay, let's go back. We opened up that area to go back to where we came from. Let's do that. Oh, we gotta go all the way around again. Okay. Sure. Watch this. Don't be surprised if that breaks. Okay, here we go.
But we can save them. We can set them free. We can replace a rotten old world with a clean new one. Mr. Mandus,
right?
You sound every bit the fanatic.
Well, how can I be otherwise, Professor? How can any man of ethics simply stand by and watch this world drown in
Mandus,
its own
that's us?
excrement?
And your engineer. this visionary with whom you have embarked upon this course, does he share your views?
Indeed he does. Indeed he does. The poor fellow has seen it all before. Now, this is not the first great civilization he has wept for.
And so you set about things immediately upon your return?
Naturally. These things cannot be left to rot upon the tree, and sponsors were remarkably easy to find. I tell you, Professor, a trail of greed brings rich men to your door like pigs to truffles.
Uh-huh. So he wants to create pigmen for what purpose? They will somehow be superior to humans? Wants to make willing or capable slaves or something? 217.99, and I said, "Look, my darling, can you see it?" And I said, "Yes." To make this interesting, I gotta do a different accent here. And I said, "Look, my darlings, can you see it?" And they said, "Yes, Daddy. Yes, we see it. A tall weathered cap of a steep-sided pyramid like those of Egypt. Stone falling away from the summit, vines crawling about, intertwining the stucco serpents that thrive about the steps. A palpable sense of stillness, a weight of forgotten. And this here, this is where the king sat, and this is where the priests lived. This house, this is the house of the dead. And here, where the sun strikes, this is where they threw the hearts that were not consumed. No, my darlings, they most certainly were not savages. You see, they believed that the sky could fall on their heads, and they truly believed that offering blood was the only way of stopping this from happening. Perhaps, my darling, perhaps they were mistaken altogether, or perhaps their tragedy was they simply could not spill blood enough to prevent the sky from falling in upon them." That sounds more like Father Jeremiah. Okay. Sluice 2 is online. And isn't that just wondrous, wonderful, wondrously wonderful and wondrous?
That's it, Papa. You're so near now.
Right. Great. Oh, here is this the frickin' the title screen. Decontamination chamber. Let me out. You're piggy. Okay. Piggies are having a feast. Remember, work together, sweep alone. Fraternizing will not be tolerated. Fraternizing? With the pig guy? Hey, dude. Maybe a jump scare in one of these. keep going downward, I guess. And once more. From tide to spine, the skin of a shroud, a stump of the bled. Old Lily is fly blown. Old Lily is dead, and dreams of jungle will flood through her head and light up her head. Alright.
You seem to have undergone quite a profound conversion in Mexico, Mr. Mandus.
You could not have seen it yourself and not, Professor. As we disembarked, even through my fever, I saw the detritus of this so-called
The
progress.
detritus.
I saw starvation and disease, rot and destruction polluting the waters of the Empire. We are ruiners, you and I, and all of us, and we make the world unclean.
And you took it upon yourself to act as Redeemer.
Professor, I would not be so presumptuous. I am merely a conduit. I am constructing an architecture to wrestle our damnation to the ground and smother it with steam.
Okay. So, we're playing as a madman. We are Mr. Mandus, Henry Mandus or something. And we have two small children who may or may not be dead. And we have amnesia. And just to recap. And we are hallucinating that our children are somehow deep within the bowels of this place and are crying out for our assistance, our succor, to use one of their words, which means help. And for some reason, Mandus, we went to Mexico and thereafter decided that the world needed to be turned into, humans needed to be turned into pigmen because pigmen would be less dirty than humans. I don't know. It's all pretty tortured. Which the insanity doesn't have to make sense. But yeah, the game, I don't know, it just, we played it for a couple hours now, and you know, I'm gonna let it percolate. I'm gonna let it marinate, and we're gonna keep playing it. I have to see it through. We have to see it through. You know, the first couple hours of Rebirth weren't that good, and you know, eventually it did get good. So we'll see. Maybe it's another slow burn, but right now, it really feels kind of like a cheap version of The Dark Descent, where the story is it's not exactly the same. It's not really the same, but it feels familiar to aristocratic dudes talking. We're having visions, we're having like flashbacks, and something is driving us all in towards a goal at the bottom of a hole, essentially. We'll see. I am interested to see how this continues forward, and maybe it'll get better. I hope so. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in episode 3. See you later.